you better believe the military capacity and military might of the U.S. military was on full display for the world to see. This is an operation that really only the U.S. military can handle, and not even the Russian military would be able to do something like this. And I got to be honest, like, we did not even know what happened until it announced. Now, I had my phone off because of Shabbat, but now that I'm looking back at text, I was getting a
Everything
little bit...
really big happens on Shabbat, like the Trump assassination.
Getting shot. No,
the other Trump assassination.
No, exactly. Yeah. Don't get me started. So it's like, and so I was getting some, I like three hours ahead of time, I was starting to get some like, hey, game on, but I didn't know because my phone was off and I have no regrets. So first of all, only the U.S. military would have been able to pull this off. And honestly, you know, we've kind of there's been some doomerism about the U.S. military. Like, oh, it's super weak, it's super woke. Well, actually, at the top levels, for top level sophistication, like operations like this.
We still, for the most part, if it really matters, if it's like you have to fly the bomber that drops the bunker buster, or you have to be the special forces who rescue the president when he's kidnapped, those guys are pretty good.
Yes.
And it's not great to have only those guys be the absolute best if that's what's happening. But
and God bless these pilots. It's a very difficult operation, and they crushed it. And so now to the, and it's not at all to an easy assignment. So I sent out a couple tweets, and this is my personal perspective on this. And the president's going to be going live in about 20 minutes because his address is going to matter a lot. This is going to be one of the most important presidential addresses of the last 10 years, and definitely one of the most, if not the most important primetime presidential address in President Trump's career. President Donald Trump has been clear for 20 years that Iran will not get a nuclear weapon. For 20 years, he has said that. Iran will not get a nuclear weapon. Now, for some people that are criticizing President Trump, your criticisms would have more potency if President Trump did not try to have a diplomatic solution beforehand. There was a 60-day diplomatic window, and Iran was just playing games. They were just going wishy and washy. I don't know if you want that. And President Trump said, look, on day 61, you're not going to like what happens. President Trump let Israel off the leash, and Israel did what Israel did. And President Donald Trump, he was very, very patient. He had a lot of restraint. Now, understand, this is not yet a settled issue at all, because some people are still calling for regime change. Oh, go for the head of the snake. President Donald Trump has actually said, we are not going to do that. We are not going to do regime change. And for those of you just tuning in right now, I do want to hear from the audience. Can you email me right now, freedom@charliekirk.com? Did you vote for President Trump, number one? And number two, do you support this operation tonight? I'm curious. I want to hear from you. freedom@charliekirk.com. We're going to get probably 10,000 emails in the next couple of minutes. freedom@charliekirk.com. I have my email inbox up here, and I'm going to read them. And so it is very tempting and very easy to do armchair quarterbacking in an operation like this. Oh, he should have done this. He's like, spare me. He had the weight of the world on his shoulders. Now, understand how it is presented. If Iran were to get a nuclear weapon and proliferate nuclear technology, the chances of them using it is one thing, but it changes how seriously you must take that nation immediately. Like, we have to take Pakistan a lot more seriously just because they developed a nuclear weapon. So here you have a terrorist state that could potentially have a nuclear weapon. And when Trump speaks, you should absolutely listen. President Donald Trump in November of 2011 said, quote, Iran's quest for nuclear weapons is a major threat to our nation's national security interests. We can't allow Iran to go nuclear, period. Now, the tweet that I sent that has gone very viral, I'm going to read for you right on air. And it's very simple. And no, by the way, no one should be, I don't like I think that we have a very moderate, very America first perspective here. And let me tell you kind of the two different camps that I can't stand online right now. Number one is the rejoicing. People that are just overly celebrating. No, guys, got to have humility with this. These things can escalate. Americans can die. Simultaneously, the people that are just doomerism. Oh, this is World War III. Guys, come on. No. Sometimes in life, there's more than just a sloppy binary. And especially in this situation, you must have a lot of heaviness. And say, okay, first of all, Great for the American troops. President Trump had the weight of the world on his shoulders, sitting in the Oval Office looking at two separate options. And he made the choice with prudence and decisiveness and practicality. And he saw this as a threat to United States national interests. Here is my tweet. Iran gave President Trump no choice. For a decade, he has been adamant that Iran will never get a nuclear weapon. Iran has decided to forego diplomacy in pursuit of a bomb. This is a surgical strike, operated perfectly. President Trump acted with prudence and decisiveness. Now, additionally, there's another, let's actually read President Trump's Truth Social, which, by the way, is the first we heard of it. This is how amazing these B-2 bombers are. None of the Iranian, like, no one even knew.
Like there was, I think when like Israel launched their initial strikes, there was like people in Lebanon being like, oh yeah, all these